I was born with my heart outside of my chest.
Whoa, take a look at that. That is amazing. Rare tumor disorders, exposed hearts, and weight. Did that guy have a tail? What? Today we're breaking down some of the rarest and most jaw-dropping medical conditions you've ever seen. All right, let's dive into this wild ride.
My name is Zion Clark. I was born with a rare condition that caused me not to have legs. I was born with
Wow.
syndrome. It is a very rare disease. 1 out of every 100,000 kids are born with it each year.
The underlying cause or the reason why is not really well understood, and it affects males and females roughly about the same. The degree or the severity of the outward symptoms varies. It could be super mild to really, really severe.
I started wrestling in 2nd grade. When I was really little, the first few matches, I didn't know what to do, and neither did my opponent. Some kids were scared to wrestle me. I was scared to wrestle them. I didn't know what I was doing.
Not all individuals born with CRS are without legs. There are some with smaller legs or dysfunction related to the pelvis. And it doesn't have to do with the spinal cord itself. It has caudal just meaning lower. So it just has to do with dysfunctions relating to how things are made.
I am feeling great about a match. I train about twice a day, every single day, about 6 days a week. And it's an everyday thing, it's a grind, it's a lifestyle.
Everyday movements and mobilities are significantly impaired because he doesn't have the normal structures that you would use. He has to use his arms, hence why he continues to have very good upper body build, not just because he's wrestling, but it's how he gets around, how he functions. You have to think that there could be a misconnection or no connection relating to nerves, relating to the bladder. There may not be any genitals or undistended testicles. There could be issues related to kidneys as well as constipation or not being able to get stool out. It just depends on an individual level. Do you need tubes in your kidneys to get the urine out? Do you need a colostomy bag to get the stool out of your body so you can function?
I was born with my heart outside of my chest.
Whoa, take a look at that. That is amazing that she is still with us and living.
I think a big misunderstanding is that I'm really, really fragile or that I'm always in pain, but I'm generally really happy in life. My condition is called pentology of Control.
Pentology of Control or ectopia cordis, so heart outside of the body. So her heart has dropped down and is not protected by her rib cage. Our heart, normal anatomy, sits behind our sternum, sits behind the rib cage, here in the mediastinum, a little bit to the left, and protected, versus her heart is not protected, so there's no plate over top of it. It's a very good, fragile organ. So let's see how she's doing.
My condition affects my daily life because I can't do some normal things, like I can't run, or I can't walk too fast, and I can't go up and down the stairs because my oxygen drops really, really low.
Ah, interesting. And that's just because the way that it's connected is not functioning optimally as it would if it was in the correct position. So exercising, running fast, or going up the stairs increases demand for the heart to pump the blood to the lungs. And because of the structural abnormalities going on, or positioning abnormalities, it appears that she's not getting enough oxygen exchange going on, thus her oxygen level drops. Oh, Siamese twins or conjoined twins.
Have learned to coexist in almost perfect harmony.
Wow. I see it as wow and interesting in the sense of these individuals are living and surviving, and they're literally two humans that are conjoined together and potentially sharing organs and structures and working together. Really cool. Let's see a little bit more.
The twins who share 2 legs and 4 arms, they're able to wash, dress, eat, and walk upstairs.
What are conjoined twins? That fertilized egg doesn't totally separate and go into 2 complete separate embryos. They stay together. Thus, you're having the connection still.
Controversially, their families say they wouldn't separate them, even if they could afford it.
Outside of the physical components, you have the mental components of this is my sibling that I'm always with, and then they're talking about separation. And so that might be a massive factor preventing it. Versus, is there a twin that might be dying, might not being sufficiently given nutrients to basically how the body is set up, and that twin needs to be removed in something that's called a parasite twin.
Shadot Hussein has an incredibly rare medical condition, causing tumours to grow all over his body.
Ah, so this is a neurofibromatosis.
The condition started when he was just 13. Local doctors initially tried to give him treatment for the disorder, but nothing helped, and as he grew older, the symptoms got progressively worse.
A lot of pain because these are all related to the nervous systems. They're also relating to gene abnormalities, a mutation within. For neurofibromatosis 1, it's NF1 gene on one specific chromosome versus neurofibromatosis 2, which is NF2 gene on a different chromosome.
Shadot used to work as a day labourer, but he's no longer able to due to the pain caused from the tumours. He currently lives with his wife and son in northern Bangladesh.
So typically neurofibromatosis is where you get these tumors or growths that can occur anywhere on nerves, your central nervous system. But when we start describing NF1 versus NF2, it has to do more with location. Typically NF1 is soft, rubbery, painless growths versus NF2 ends up being like acoustic neuromas, central nervous system, hearing, can cause deafness. And then NF3, that could be more relating to peripheral growths everywhere and that are quite painful. So really treatment wise, very, very limited. You're trying to control symptoms. From NF3, you're worried more about just controlling pain management. NF1, you can potentially do surgical repair.
At first glance, there's nothing unusual about Chandra Orahan, but here in India he has godlike status. The 35-year-old has been growing a 14.5-inch towel at the base of his spine since birth.
So this is a phenomenon, a human tail, so to speak, but it's a vestigial structure that's just almost like a leftover remnant. It typically doesn't have any bone in it. It's typically, tissues, potentially nerve.
Chandra has become a figure of worship, with followers seeing his tail as proof he is a reincarnation of Hindu monkey god Hanuman.
As I said, it's not related to bones, but you do have to be careful that this could still be related to the nerve. So you can have this removed, and even young kids that are born with this, typically it goes away after the first few weeks. Sometimes there's something called spina bifida that kind of looks very similar, but here in itself, it's nothing dangerous per se, minus that you might have surgery that could have complications relating to that.
Each day, Chandra gives blessings to devotees at a small shrine in the courtyard of his home in West Bengal.
Most of us have a tail bone, aka your coccyx. This is not related to that. The vestigial tail does not have any bone, spinal cord in it, or cartilage. It just has soft tissue. This is so interesting. These conditions are super rare, and I remember learning about these conditions when I was in med school. If you too are in college and say you're learning new topics and it takes a lot of serious focus, right? If you need a little extra boost in that department, definitely check out Level Up, a supplement from Life Happens, available at lifehappens.com and on Amazon. If you guys are interested and want to learn more about these rare medical conditions, definitely let me know in the comments. And as always, do me a favor, definitely binge watch this playlist right here, and make sure that you subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.